So I'm gonna take Daisy swimming today, and then it's kind of it's a beautiful day today, kind of cool. So I'm driving down there, and I'm just getting ready to make that turn where I go back where I always show a bunch of deer in that old cool-looking farmhouse, and I see this heavy-set guy, maybe in his 30s, like walking a bike along the side of the road, and I've been in that position a couple times. I've got 3 bikes actually. I didn't ride them at all this year. And I've had that happen 2 times where you get a flat tire and like you're a long ways away from home and you are just screwed. But this bike seemed kind of small. You know, so anyway, I make a U-turn. I go around, I turn back there and I pulled over and said, "Hey, you need a ride?" He said, "Yeah, I really do appreciate it." You know, it's like, okay. He said, "You're going to be able to fit this bike?" And it's like, yeah. You know, I got the seat down all the time because of tripods and stuff. So I put I'm grabbing this bike and I said, "Well, go ahead and get in the front." He gets in the front. And I realize this is like a girl's bike, a new girl's bike. So we're driving down the road and he said, "Yeah, the tires are kind of soft." And I figure out that this guy got dropped off, as it turns out, like 16 miles one way at a Walmart and was buying a new bike for his daughter. But obviously didn't have transportation and probably thought that he was going to ride it home. And I bet when he got on it that the tires just weren't full enough, you know what I mean? And I'm not really sure of the stats on that bike, but he might have weighed too much to make it work, you know what I mean? So we're driving down the road, we're talking. He said, "Hey man, I can't thank you enough. Appreciate you picking me up." It's like, "Yeah, it's no problem, man. I was just out here screwing around anyway." And he goes into his wallet and he gets 20 bucks out and he puts it like in my console. I said, "No, that's okay, man." It's like, "Really? That's okay. I'm glad to give you a ride. You know, take me to a new place, and you never know." He said, "Well, I really appreciate it. Like, thanks." So we get to his house. It's like 16 miles from where I picked him up, which I don't care, right? And it's kind of like a place that it's common in like up in these areas, like, you know, just kind of like a makeshift place. You know, it looks like it was like not finished maybe 30 years ago. But here this guy just decided, and you could see he mentioned his daughter went to West Branch schools. So here's this guy got in his mind that I'm gonna get a bike for my daughter, and this is what he goes through to go get it. And it doesn't really work out. It would have taken him forever to get home. You can figure walking is about 20 minutes a mile. So, but I thought it was just kind of cool that here this guy is in this predicament and still is willing to like offer like some kind of compensation for getting a ride, even though his day went to hell. So it was really a good experience. Nice guy too. And a lot of people were asking me about this trail. I would agree, these trails are really nice. Hardly anybody back here. There's about 5 cars out. Come on. 5 cars out here today. They're probably on bikes somewhere back here. It's beautiful. I agree with you on that. Trees everywhere. Come on. This is great when the leaves turn back here, because there's a lot of good hardwoods. Oak, maple, walnut, cherry, hickory. I think that one right there would be a great, that's the kind of boards they're looking for. Never trimmed. Evidently trimming creates knots, and knots don't look good, and what they're trying to use is veneer. Come on. See, now this one's dead here. Atta girl. Wow. Oh yeah. Good girl, hon. Oh yeah. I got a good night's sleep last night. And when I stay up all night like that, or till 4 or 5, I don't feel that great in the morning. Today I did. I got 9 solid hours. Slept like a baby. There's this really cool looking house on the way out here, and it's all really fixed up nice. And they sell like vegetables and stuff like that. And I think I'm going to stop by and ask them if they want me to take some infrared photos of their house. It'd be so cool. Good girl, hon. Looks like we're home free on the cool weather. I sure hope so. It's great out, dry, about 72. Been dying for this weather. Wish it was like this every day of the year. Although I do like winter. I'm glad summer's over. Well, not quite, but it's getting there. One more busy bullshit weekend of tourists. And then it'll be back to nobody there. If it was busy all year long here like Florida, forget it, I wouldn't live here. Come on. Now across there, across the road used to be the most beautiful scenery. But they clear cut it. Looks like shit now. I don't want to run her too much. Hey, hon, you getting a good exercise today, hon? Good, honey. That is so good, hon. I thought about getting one of those 360 cameras, and really the reason for it is for this. Just this. Like, do 360 videos of these trees. I think it'd be so nice. I like seeing woods where they just don't do anything. This is great up here, especially in the winter. Good girl, hon. Good girl, hon. Here's a cardinal back here. You ready to go bye-bye, son? Come on. Come on. Get your lottery tickets. The Powerball and the Mega Million are up pretty good. Good girl, hun. rich green color. You guys ever, anybody familiar with Amanda Lovelace poetry? I was just looking through a Barnes & Noble last night, and I almost got it there, and I usually do, and then I had second thoughts, and actually there's a young girl working there that really knew poetry, big time. She said she'd read that in the 8th grade. And I looked at it and I decided not to, and then I thought about it on the way home. It's Coffee with a Ghost. It's pretty interesting. She said it's deemed internet poetry, which is considered dumbed down intellectual poetry that's easy to read. I'm not so sure I'd agree with that, and I don't know that that's an official term. But this lady definitely has a creative mind. And I ordered the book used on eBay. What do you guys think of, I don't know if you've seen any of these 360 videos, but it's crazy. They're these cameras that record in 4K 360, and they have like 8 microphones, and they take crazy amounts of storage, like 170 megabit SD card. Just the cards around 350, because they suggest 1 terabyte, which I believe. I bet that thing overheats up the ass on a hot day. But anyway, I thought I liked these kind of videos. You know, 360, and plus you get all the sound. Now that it's cooled down, I'm going to take some good trips in my kayak. I noticed too on some of those other cameras they have a shallower focal length, which is kind of nice. I noticed when I did those sunflowers that the bees were out of focus because I got too close. I hadn't really done anything that close before and wasn't sure how it'd turn out. I don't want to overdo Daisy walking her. 2 times since I've had Daisy, we walked too far, and she got these muscle spasms. You know, she's got a long spine. That's indicative of these kind of dogs, and I had to take her to the vet both times. I mean, there was no rubbing it and keeping her at home, none of that. I mean, it was muscle spasms big time. That hasn't happened in a long time, and I don't want it to happen again. The first time I just didn't know any better. The second time we got lost. And there were subsequent times, but I picked her up and didn't let her walk that far. Oh, wow, hon. Wow, huh? Wow. I didn't swim her today because it's really kind of cool out. You know, she likes rolling a lot of stuff, which I let her do. But you would think putting a dog in the water would like clean them off good enough. It doesn't. I've learned through doing this that if you don't use soap, you're not getting the smell off by just letting the dog swim. Like, it almost does nothing other than cool her off. Field of Greens. Good girl, good girl. Daisy has gotten so much better around strangers. Like this guy today. you know, she was cool with him, and that wasn't possible a few years ago, and definitely not a possibility early on. I was at the Humane Society one time, and I came out of a meeting, and people wanted to see Daisy. They knew I got a dog. She tried to bite him through the glass. Teeth were hitting the glass. Good girl, hon. Oh yeah.